been asked many times about when are we going to start a building program? When are we going to build on Landistry, the block of land that God has given to us? It's a question I've asked myself many times as well. And it's not until recently that I felt God saying that now is the time. Now is the time to turn your face to what I've called you to be and to do. It's time to start our building program. But as we do that, I'm very mindful that firstly, it is one of the most stressful things that a church can ever do. Secondly, as we begin a building program, I'm convinced that we must not lessen our commitment to mission and to living out and to speaking out the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so for those reasons, I want to commit firstly to prayer. And I'd like to see a person raised up, the person of prayer, to lead us and to guide us and to call us to prayer continually. So if that's you, I'd like to hear from you. And if you think you know of someone, if God has laid a name on your heart, then I'd like to hear that as well. Secondly, we need to start gathering information. And that's where you come in, all of us. We need to hear from one another about our needs, about what we want to see in this new building. So there's a form floating around. An opportunity for you to write down the needs that you'd like to see included in our new building, a worship and community centre, a place that will honour God and allow us to minister to those around us. And as I think about the building, I'm mindful that this is not our end game. That's not the reason we exist. We don't exist to build a building. But I think of the building in terms of shoes for a runner. With the proper shoes, a runner can run his fastest, can run his best. But with ill-fitting shoes or no shoes at all, well, a runner is very hampered in what they can do. And I think it's obvious to me and to all of us, the place that we're in is kind of hampering what we can do. It's hampering our ministry and our mission. So we need a new place that allow us to do our very best, to allow us to reach our potential and to do all that God is calling us to do. So this is not about a building, but it's about being missional in the places that we find ourselves, here in Lithgow. So I want to ask you to commit yourselves to this building program. To commit yourself to prayer. To commit yourself to asking, well, what is God calling me to be, to do, to be involved in this process? What is God calling me to give? For it's going to take resources. It's going to take our time. It's going to take our money. So I want to encourage you to give. We begin with about $100,000 to get us started. We begin with a managed budget. We're in a very good place to begin a building program. And we need to thank God for that. But we're going to need more resources than we currently have. And so we'll need to ask God for them. Which brings us back to prayer. We need to commit ourselves to prayer as we begin this process. And I invite you to join us as we build a new facility that will honour God and allow us to reach out to those around us.